It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. That is brand new Stephen Pearcy from his forthcoming release called Smash. And from the tracks that we've heard so far, seem very hopeful. What do you think, Chris?
I think it's pretty good. Stephen's voice a little but not bad. So I'm looking forward to it. What do you think?
I think that it has a very Rat vibe to it. But now that, the principal members of Rat are back together, that is being Dee Martini, of course, Stephen Pearcy, and Juan Crucier, right. They may put out something. I don't know. But to tide us over, we got that new Stephen Pearcy coming out in the new year through Frontier Records. And from what I've heard, we've heard, 5 songs?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad at all.
It's not Fueler.
Thank God for that.
But I think it's actually very listenable. It's very traditional Stephen Pearcy, i.e. Rat sounding. So right. I think it's a good one.
Well, I'm definitely digging it, man. I what I've heard has been good enough to actually buy. So,
right.
I would say that that's good enough, right?
Sure. So I will work again on getting Stephen on the show. Seems like Mitch LaFon has more success than I do, even though I trade 1 million emails during 1 week back and forth with Stephen. But for some reason, I can never nail him down for, a time to come on the show.
Well, that's Stephen. Whatever. We'll leave it for Mitch. Mitch can do it.
Sure.
Then we'll just steal Mitch's audio.
Yeah. But it's really funny, and you know this because I CC you in on all the emails.
Yeah.
I'll exchange 10 emails a week with Stephen.
Yeah, but it never ends up.
But we never nail down a time. It's just like, dude, what is the problem?
And every time he's like, yeah, get back with me tomorrow and we'll get it done.
Yeah, and then I get back with him and then nothing. And then the next day, it's like, dude, what happened? Let's get together. Oh, yeah. When do you want to do this? And I'd give him a time. And it's just a cluster. I love Steven because he's fucking funny.
Yeah, he is fun.
And he's fun with us. But when it comes to really nailing down times and dates and all that kind of stuff, He's terrible.
Yeah, he's not real good with it.
Yeah. So I have not figured out the formula to nail Steven down to get a concrete time and day and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But, obviously tonight, since it's the last live show of 2016,
right.
We won't be talking to Steven till after the first of the year if we get to talk to him.
Yeah. We might talk to him, if I go to M3 and stick a mic in his face.
Sure. But, I'm going to work on that for the new year.
All right.
And try to get him to commit to a time and a day, and we'll definitely get into the down and dirty.
Oh, God, that's great.
Exactly, Steven.
Well, thank you, Stephen.
Well, speaking of people that we've had contact with over the years,
yes.
Prior to the show tonight, I was playing the Classic Metal Show, or I was playing the stream, the live stream.
Okay.
And the interview that we did with former Black Sheep vocalist Willie Basse came up.
Oh, yeah.
So I listened to it.
Okay.
Dude, we ran that guy around the block with the Striggle heads on my drums and the Ostronomy pedals, and he says, I'm writing this down.
Right.
Because he mentioned to us that at the time when we interviewed him, this was like 2008 or 2009.
Right.
Like 9 years ago. Yeah. He was collecting vintage gear for musicians. He was sort of he was kind of like on the hunt,
right,
for vintage gear for other musicians.
And we sent him off for that.
Yeah, so we sent him off saying he should, because I basically said that I had retrofitted a vintage set of Sonar drums
Yeah.
with striggle heads and astronomy pedals. And he was like, I'm writing all this down. I was just like, wow.
That's funny.
And then when we were talking about his new record,
Yeah.
this was when the whole what's his face? King
Diamond?
No, the interviewer.
Oh, King.
Yeah, the guy on CNN.
Oh, I think of Rodney King.
No, not Rodney King. What's his face? Are your tunes hummable?
Larry King.
Larry King. Well, that was one of the questions that I asked. I said, well, speaking of this new album, The Money Grind, Willie, and I played the clip. Are your tunes hummable?
Are your tunes hummable?
Exactly. I played that. He laughed his ass off. It was just funny because we not only did we do a legit interview with the guy,
Yeah.
but we goofed on him at the same time.
Right. And he loved it.
Well, he didn't know we were goofing on him,
Right.
but we knew we were goofing on him a little bit. And then, of course, you said the reason that I retrofitted my Sonar drums with striggle heads and astronomy pedals was because I took a cue from I think you said some gay pop band or something. And I said, yeah, because I wanted to get that gay sound.
Nice.
And then I said, no, in reality, I took a cue from another great producer out of Oklahoma City, Black Metal Ray at the Dirt Talk Studios.
That's hilarious.
Dude, and I forgot because it was so long ago. I forgot that we used to throw those things in on interviews, legitimate interviews.
We used to do it all the time.
And
especially if we were getting bored.
Right.
If we were getting bored with an interview, that was like the cue to throw in all the show references just to keep the audience into it.
Sure. But I listened to that prior to the CMS tonight. And I was just like, holy shit, I forgot that we did so much of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we did a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, we did.
I was so tempted to do it this week when I was interviewing Wolf Hoffman, but I just figured he would have got me. I mean, there's an art to it. You can't just do it. You have to do it when you can get away with it.
Sure, you just gotta subtly slip it in there like it's a legitimate thing.
Yep, and I just didn't get and plus Wolf, my goodness, is he a serious fellow?
Yeah, he's very serious.
My goodness, he was like.
I hung out with Wolf in his hotel room last year at NAMM. Because Bob Nobandian knows him.
Right.
And he wanted to make him part of the next Inside Metal DVD, Okay. And Wolf agreed to allow us to come up to his hotel room at NAMM.
Right.
And Bob did a segment with him, but during that time, we just kind of hung out and just kind of shot the shit a little bit.
Right.
And whatever. And he's a serious guy.
Yeah, he's like, I was trying to like play around a little bit. I was trying to do an Up interview. It's an Up DVD that they're releasing. And, it's celebrating, pretty much 7 years with Tornillo on.
Yeah, Tornillo, Mark Tornillo.
Yeah, and so, I was trying to do an Up thing, and he was all like, anytime I asked him, and I asked him something to the effect of, comparing the two eras of Accept. I said, does it, something like that, is it different now? And he was like, well, of course it's different. I have a new singer. All right, man, easy. It's like, dude, I'm trying to find a way in to let you talk about your shit.
Sure.
It's like, easy, pal.
Yeah. Well, you know what? The thing is, here's the thing about Germans.
Yeah.
Periodically, Dokken takes out a guy. His name is Frank Tarnowski.
Okay.
And he's German.
Okay.
Really nice guy. Always been very nice to me.
Sure.
Frank has been a really good dude. And he worked a lot with Kingdom Come, worked with Lenny Wolf. He worked with, let's see, who else did he work with? He worked with, I think he worked with Accept, actually.
Okay.
And the thing is as well as I got along with that guy and as nice as he was, no sense of humor. None.
Yeah. Well, look at the German. When I was doing the interview where I kept throwing all the Hitler names in.
Sure.
Didn't get any of it.
No.
Just was like, yeah, Halloween is a good band. They should have been more popular.
Right.
Didn't realize at all that I was just fucking around.
Right.
It's like, dude. And you know the only one that seems to play along a little bit? Doro. Doro will play along a little bit.
Sure.
As long as you don't cross that Hogan's Heroes line.
Right, exactly.
As long as you don't make any kind of German joke, then it's okay.
Right. But German's very serious. No sense of humor, no fucking around, no just being silly.
Yeah. I know. It's like, that does not jive with us at all.
No. and again, I've interviewed Wolf on at least 2 occasions solo, and
sure.
As I said last year, I got to hang out with him a little bit at his hotel.
Mm-hmm.
But no joking at all. Nothing. No joking, no silliness, no nothing.
Yeah. It's like, get in line.
Exactly.
Get in line, and
Rouse!
This is the record.
Rouse!
9!
Exactly.
9! Like, dude, take it easy.
But yeah, glad you got to talk to Wolf though.
He was okay. I mean, I did an interview with him. I did do 20 minutes with him, and he was solid. Who else did I talk to this week?
Pantera.
Yeah, Terry Glaze, which we're supposed to play.
Yeah, we're gonna do that here in a minute.
Yeah, Terry Glaze, and then I talked to somebody else. Who else? I'm looking right now.
Gravedigger,
another guy that was like a little serious.
Well, he's German.
Yeah. And he didn't want to, although he did play around a little bit because he was surprised that I brought up, I don't know if you're aware, and I'm going to guess that you're not because you're not a big Gravedigger guy, I don't think. But they have in their catalog an album like the Scorpions have with Eye to Eye.
Okay.
They have one where they let a producer really guide them in a horrible direction. and it's awful. And it's so awful that you're going to love this story. And I actually asked him about it. He talked about it. The producer said, or the record company told him, even though you have an established name, you should try to be more modern. So we're not going to call you Gravedigger anymore. We're just going to call this Digger.
Digger?
Digger. So they have one album in their catalog that's just called Digger.
Really?
And it doesn't have anything, like nothing that represents the Gravedigger logoing or anything. It looks all fucking disco or something.
All right.
The music is awful too, but they have one record in the middle of their career just called Digger. Somehow they thought Digger was better than Gravedigger. Who fucking thought that?
Wow. Well, I actually have a personal story that I will share with you.
Okay.
About Digger.
About Digger?
Not the band.
All right.
I don't know if you remember back in the 80s, there was I don't remember. Hang on a minute. We're going to take a phone call here.
All right.